Patrick Mouratoglou, current coach of Naomi Osaka, commented on the story that has shaken the world of tennis. The agreement reached between Jannik and the World Anti-Doping Agency, WADA, according to which the Italian tennis player, who tested positive for Klossball in March 2024, will serve a 3-month suspension until May 4th. The Sinner case is a huge scandal. The question is not whether he is guilty or not, but how anti-doping handled the situation, Mouratoglou said. Everyone has the impression that there are double standards, and that is clearly the case. It is very unlikely that he did doping. First of all, I don't think that is in his mindset. Also, when you find such low levels of a banned substance in a player's home, in 90% of cases, if not more, it is contamination. The player is therefore a victim, and for this reason I consider him innocent. Mouratoglou then went on to elaborate on the issue of fairness in the treatment of players by anti-doping authorities. We want a clean sport, but there can be no cleanliness if there are double standards based on the identity of the player. The question should be one: has this athlete doped? Yes or no? When a player tests positive, in 100% of cases, the anti-doping agencies issue a public statement. At that point, the player is provisionally suspended and can no longer compete until the case is resolved and a decision is made on his guilt or innocence. In Sinner's case, Mouratoglou accused the ITIA, the anti-doping agency, of having handled the situation in an opaque manner. They covered it up. They didn't make it public that he had tested positive. They didn't communicate his provisional suspension, as they would have done with any other player. It's clear that there are double standards. The coach then highlighted the anomaly in the timing of communication. After 5 months, they finally made his positive test public, but immediately declared him innocent. In other cases, the player is considered guilty right away because the official statement only highlights the positive test. For months, maybe years, that player is seen as a doper and can no longer compete. Mouratoglou underlined the devastating consequences that such accusations can have on an athlete. He can't earn points, he can't earn money, but above all, he is out of competition for such a long period that, in some cases, his career is compromised. In Sinner's case, however, there was no immediate statement, and when it came after 5 months, it only served to say that he was not guilty. Finally, he questioned the timing of the 3-month ban. During the Australian Open, we were told that Sinner would be heard by WADA in April in a court-like hearing to assess his case and determine his guilt or innocence. But immediately after the tournament, 6 weeks before the date set for the CAS, his 3-month ban was announced, the result of a negotiation, without a hearing and without a review of the file. All perfectly calculated so that Sinner could play and win the Australian Open and be sure to participate in Roland Garros. For Mouratoglou, the affair appears to have been orchestrated so as not to penalize the Italian tennis player in the most important tournaments. It seems they wanted to give him a small disqualification, but without depriving him of the slams. He will be able to return to play in Rome just before Roland Garros as an Italian, making everything even more suspicious. It seems like a travesty of justice. I understand why the other players wonder where the fairness has gone.